Wilder last night.
I said 3 or 4 years ago that anybody Wilder hits with a right hand is going to sleep for 2 weeks. And he hit him with a great right hand. He hits Stiverne with a great right hand. The man has power in his right hand. And everybody accuses him or talks about him going crazy and looking amateurish. He only does that once he has you hurt. He's an entertainer. Until he gets you hurt, he's all business. And he proved that last night. That was a great right hand. I'm surprised Brazil got up.
I was very surprised.
I'm surprised because he caught him good.
Anything you saw last night change your opinion on his fight versus Fury number 2?
Fury still wins because he's going to frustrate him in boxing. He knocks out Joshua. Wilder knocks out Joshua.
Really?
Yeah.
By what round do you feel?
I just eventually Joshua's not big enough to manipulate him, to move him around. I think that that's the reason Fury was able to be successful with him, because he was the size. And on the radio cast that I did with BBC that night, at the beginning of the fight, that's what I said. I said that the size difference is going to be the difference. Just that he's a bigger man is going to frustrate Deontay, and Deontay will have a hard time, and he did. But against Joshua, being a little bit bigger than Joshua height-wise, and probably will stay at 225, 230, because that was a good weight for him last night. If he does that, I think he lands that right hand on Joshua, and Joshua goes.
Wow. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. I just let you guys listen to a segment of Abel Sanchez give his take on the heavyweight division in the Clash of the Kings, okay? He said that anyone that Deontay Wilder hits with that right will go to sleep for 2 weeks. He was surprised that that Dominic Brazil got up from that, because he almost beat the count. He was almost there. He was all over the place. You could tell he totally got rocked, right, and dropped. So, it was really surprising now that I think of it, because Dominic Brazil was actually trying to get up, which he actually did get up. He got up eventually. But as far as he said about Fury, he says that Fury outboxes him. Now, that's a good assessment because of the size that Fury has, and I totally agree. I also feel that Deontay Wilder wanted more weight, because he was 223 on weigh-in. They didn't do I don't think they did an after weigh-in, but he might have been at least 225 or maybe even further on, maybe 230. But I think he wants that weight on him, so his power, so he can have a more of a powerful right hand. That's the theory in his strength. I don't think so, but it could be the case. Who knows? He did look good, though. He didn't look out of shape or something. He just looked bigger, around his shoulders and such. His arms were a lot bigger. Can't say that about his legs, though. So, but he definitely looked like he was in shape. He didn't look out of shape. And the punching power is still there, and the speed is still there. So I would agree with Abel Sanchez with that, because Tyson Fury is a guy, he's going to give you anyone any problems, especially with his size, because he was taller than Deontay. He could see those punches coming. He was able to get out of the corners, especially when Deontay attempted to oppose an attack upon him. He knew how to spin out, wrap up, spin out, basically did a Mayweather-Pacquiao. Pacquiao started to come on, Mayweather wrapped him up. Simple as that. Reset, boxed him some more, right? And repeated that process. Now, he said about Joshua, he thinks Joshua gets knocked out by Deontay Wilder. Now, and they asked him the reason for that. He said it's his size. And that's a very good question that runs across my mind when I do think about Deontay and Joshua. Now, I don't think we've ever seen these guys side by side, ever. They've talked to each other, of course, where Joshua was in Wembley fighting Klitschko, and Klitschko is what, 6'6", 6'5", right? And they're neck and neck. All these guys are tall. You know what I mean? These are all giants, but Joshua is shorter out of those three guys, those other two at least. So, will the size, that's the question. Can the size make a factor? I don't really think it's the size. I think it's more or less the speed. Can Joshua keep Deontay off him? That's the question. You know, he's more fundamentally sound, of course. And Abel mentioned Deontay being amateur like. You know, he does some amateur things. He doesn't work behind his jab. So I would have to, disagree. But he does get wild when he gets you hurt. Now that is true because if you've seen the first knockdown of Fury, he started swinging that wildness came out of him. If you've seen, he wasn't even looking at the punch. I think he closed his eyes when he swung that right because he caught Fury with the left and he just like swung wild. Like, dude, you're not even aiming on what you're swinging at. You're just swinging at that point. So, yeah, that does come out, especially. It comes out more, in my opinion. My counterpunch. It comes out more when he gets you hurt. Because then he's like, I don't give a damn. I'm just going to just hit you with whatever to get you to the canvas. And that's what he does. Look at Ortiz. He didn't care where he hit him. Obviously, the referee didn't care either. Because he hit him with 4 or 5 behind-the-head rabbit punches. And it's funny, he took 2 from Dominic Brazil and started, signaling to the ref. So I thought that was funny. Anyway, but that is a good theory, I like to hear other people's opinions about how that fight's going to pan out. My thing is, I'm not sure if Deontay will be that eager to come in. But we know one thing Deontay is going to do, and like he always does, he's going to jab and look for the right hand. If there's any opening, he's going to throw it. Now the question is, can Joshua elude that punch? Can he elude a right hand? Klitschko caught him with a right hand. He caught him with a quick right hand. And we hear a lot of people compare, if Wilder was in there and Wilder delivered that punch to Joshua that night, would Joshua get up, or would he, when he got up, could he survive in that ring with Deontay Wilder? So it's a lot of questions. That's why the fight has to happen. But it is interesting to see Abel Sanchez say that. I don't think he has a pony in the show. I don't think he's biased or any of that. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just calling it how he sees it. So you guys tell me what you think about Abel Sanchez's comments, concerning the heavyweight division. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.